This lens changed my mind on 50mm lenses, and all it took was an extra 5mm. This is the Viltrox 55mm 1.8, the latest lens to their EVO lineup of lenses, also released alongside the 35mm 1.8 EVO, which I've already posted a video of, so if you want to go watch that, you can head over to my channel and check that out. In the meantime, let's talk about this lens. The 55mm 1.8 is a bit of a spiritual successor to the Zeiss 55mm 1.8, which is one of the first lenses to ever release on the full-frame E-mount system. And for years, everyone loved that lens, but I never really had a chance to use it and never really wanted to use it. For the longest time, I've never been a big fan of 50mm lenses. I didn't know what it was, so when Viltrox told me they were releasing a 55 1.8 alongside the 35, most of my hype was there for the 35 1.8, but this lens was also a fun little bonus, and I thought I would obviously try it out and see how it is, and I have to say, I have been pleasantly surprised. Oh, my knees are killing me. I'm getting too old for this. Now, if you're not familiar with Viltrox EVO lenses, they're kind of the middle ground between their, cheaper air lenses, which are made of plastic, but they still have very good autofocus and sharpness. And then their Pro and Lab lineup of lenses, which are the higher end, typically the f1.4s and f1.2s, but it has the build quality of those higher end lenses. So it has a very nice aperture ring. It has a autofocus, manual focus switch, one custom button, and a D-click for the aperture ring as well. And it also has a 58mm filter thread for those of you who might be curious. 58mm is a little bit weird, but it also shares the same filter thread with the 35 and the 85, which is really nice when you can have all of your lenses use the same filter sizes, so you don't have to have a bunch of step up, step down rings. You can just have everything fit perfectly on every single lens, which also makes me super excited for the future EVO lenses when they come out. Hopefully they will also share that 58mm filter thread, which is a bit of an odd random filter thread size. So I'm gonna have to buy all new filters for all of my lenses, but it's a small price to pay when these lenses are so great. All right, this is not going to be the most technical review. There are plenty of channels with videos uploaded already going over the fine details of this lens. On my videos, I like to focus on the fun factor and my experience actually going out and using this lens. I did not expect to connect with this lens nearly as much as I have, and I noticed it pretty much right off the bat. Most of the 50mm lenses I've used have been really good lenses, but for whatever reason, I just did not connect with them or really enjoy the photos out of them. I've always gravitated toward 35mm lenses, so when I would go out with a 50mm lens on, I would always wish it was just a little bit wider just so I could capture a little bit more of a scene. But with this lens, it's a little bit different. That extra 5mm actually makes a big difference in terms of the compression of the image. And I don't find myself approaching scenes or taking photos the same way I would with a 35mm lens, or more specifically a 50mm lens trying to capture what I would with a 35mm lens. I hope that made sense. The photos out of this lens are sharp and the autofocus is super fast. And like I noticed on the 35 EVO, the colors are deep and they're rich on this lens, and the contrast is really, really nice as well. Also, not to mention, like the 35, this lens is apochromatic, which means there is virtually no color fringing or chromatic aberration whatsoever. But of course, I did not go through super rigorous, detailed testing like many people probably have, but I have certainly noticed no chromatic aberration in any kind of real-world use with this lens yet. Now, that's not to say I have no complaints whatsoever regarding this lens. One thing I have noticed that has been bothering me just a little bit is the amount of vignetting that this lens comes with. It is noticeably more than the 35 1.8. Now, we do not have the profile corrections yet for this lens or the 35 out yet, so that probably will not be a problem in the near future, especially if you're watching this video beyond the week that these lenses have been released. And I have to say that Viltrox has really impressed me with these EVO lenses. They are priced so competitively, especially when you think about the price to performance ratio compared to, the other Sony counterparts, especially the 35mm 1.8, that it's hard to recommend any lenses besides the new Viltrox EVO lenses if there is a similar counterpart from Sony. Like the 35 1.8 from Sony is $850 now, which is an insane price point when you can buy the Viltrox 35 1.8 for under $400. And same with the 55mm. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the old Zeiss 55 1.8 is still priced at near $1,000 when that lens is over 10 plus years old. So I can't in good conscience recommend any lenses besides these Viltrox EVO lenses anymore, especially in this economy and how expensive photography is getting. Cameras are getting more and more expensive, lenses are getting more and more expensive. Viltrox is really coming in clutch compared to everyone else on the market right now. And I'm really excited to see what other EVO lenses that Viltrox has up their sleeve. I've seen a couple rumors, I've seen posts about Viltrox lens engineers wanting to know what focal lengths we want to see next, and a lot of people voted for the 28mm. I would love to see a 28mm. I'd also love to see a 24mm. There were a couple other interesting ones in there that I saw, like a 65mm lens, which would be awesome. I feel like I would enjoy that a lot more than 85mm. Also a 90mm, which I'm not so sure about because there's already an 85mm lens. But there was also a 21mm EVO in the poll that I saw. Now, I cannot confirm if that was legit or not, but it certainly looked legit. And I would love to see all of those lenses, and I can't wait for the day that I get to review all of those. Also saw one rumor of a smaller EVO lens, which was a 26mm 2.8, and that lens would be like the perfect everyday carry lens for me at least. But we'll just have to wait and see what Viltrox has coming. Either way, the 55mm 1.8 EVO is a fantastic lens, and I cannot recommend it enough. The lighting just got really dark in here, but I cannot recommend this lens enough, especially for portraits. Like I said, it really makes me want to get out and start shooting more portraits again, and that's really all I could ever ask for from camera gear. Any lens that inspires me to get out and use it more is a win in my book. So let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions about this lens. I will get back to you as soon as possible. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe to help support the channel. And I hope I could inspire you guys to get out and take more photos. Go out and shoot.